Bad advice. Yes, today I am going to be talking about bad advice. Now, what is bad advice? That's something I'm going to walk through on this video. So stay with me. There will be some key takeaways on here. But the question to you is: have you had bad advice before in terms of what business you should take, or what degree, or what further education, to how much money you should be earning? To basically anything in particular. What is your journey, your story on bad advice? Today, I'm going to be talking about some bad advice that I got, and that was about monetary advice. So, this was when I was in my young 20s, started my career. And when you actually speaking to someone who is older and you believe wiser than you, just because you are older than someone else doesn't mean that, or that person's older than you, doesn't mean that they know more than you. In this instance, I believe that this is the case. So when I was in my young 20s and I was trying my best to climb up the career ladder, I was given some advice by someone, and I thought about it a lot and actually absorbed it and took it on, and it actually gave me a limitation and it gave me a setback. So my video today is to talk about this setback when I was in my young 20s, and just see if it actually resonates with anyone who is listening or watching this video, or if you have given this advice to someone in the past. Again, this is my belief. I don't think it was relevant for me, and it gave me limitations. So, jumping straight into this, the advice I was given when I was in my young 20s was to do with your monetary earnings. I was in a sales role, still am, highly competitive about making money. And I was told by a gentleman who was a number of years older than me at the time. Again, I was in my young 20s, so he must have been, I believe, in his mid 40s, late 40s, I think it was. And he gave me some advice. The advice was, you should be earning your age. And I was like, okay, what do you mean by that? And he said, yep, you should be earning your age. So he said, by the time you're in your 20s, you should be earning 20,000, 28,000. So by the time you're 28, by the time you get to your 30s, you should be in the £30,000 bracket. And by the time you're in your 40s, you should be earning, 40,000 plus, etc., etc. But then when you get into your 40s, then you get a salary hike, jump, whatever that may be. Now, people listening to this will be thinking that's absolutely crazy. Some people may agree with it. Everyone's got their own mind. But to me, looking back on that advice, I felt it was the worst part or bit of advice I was given. The reason why I think it was the worst part of advice given is you putting a limitation on what you can earn or your potential. So just because you're in your 20s doesn't mean that you should be earning 20,000 or close to £30,000. There's thousands of 20-year-olds out there that are earning hundreds of £1,000s a year. And there's 20-year-olds that are earning less than that. So that advice personally to me gave me a limitation. I took it on board, but only for a short space of time, because then when I started to speak to people about it and think about it more, it made no logic, didn't make any sense, because what it was doing and did do was put a limitation. So by the time I'm in my 30s, I'll be earning 30,000, etc., etc. And I was like, no, that is not the path that I want to follow at all. And I didn't want to obviously get into my 40s to only be earning £40,000 a year, because again, it makes no logic and no sense. Because if you think about it now, my older self now thinking about it is, as time goes by, money devalues. So £40,000 to a 20-year-old in 20 years' time is absolutely nothing. It's going to be nothing. So any 20-year-olds watching this video now, £40,000 to you in 20 years will be absolutely nothing. Again, you can go and research of quantitative easing and financials and how money is printed, and obviously the devaluation of the pound, but we're not going to get into that. We are talking about the mindset. The mindset tweak to me was that advice about earning your age to me was completely wrong, because my focus was bringing in a reasonable, or should I say substantial amount of money for myself and my family. So that logic didn't compute into the way of my thought process. So basically it's out to you guys. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think it's right to have that kind of mindset to earn your age? Do you think it's completely ludicrous that you should be thinking, when I'm in my 20s, I want to be earning, high 20,000? When I'm in my 30s, I want to be earning high 30,000. When I'm in my 40s, I want to be earning high 40,000. Do you think it's a good structure to go through, or do you just think it's completely ludicrous? Again, it's over to you guys. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm saying for me, I didn't agree with it. It didn't work for me, and it gave me a limitation because it put me in a box, or my mindset in a box, that I will only be earning this level of financials within that time frame, rather than this is what I can earn, which is the unknown. I can earn as much as possible as long as I have a plan, action, and something worthwhile and valuable to my clients out there. So that is it. My video for today is bad advice, and also the advice that I was given was earn your age. Do you agree? Do you not agree? Please leave some comments in the comment box. If it has given you a bit of a takeaway, feel free to give it a like, thumbs up, whatever you want to call it. Also, if you are new to my channel, please feel free to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon, and I will see you on the next video. This is Ante from Freetown Mindset. Have a great day.